These are the best induction ranges you can buy in 2026. The best depends on how you cook. We also tracked 33,190 service calls last year. So this list isn't about specs, it's about what will hold up in your house after a few years. So let's get to it. The most reliable induction range we sell is also one of the least expensive. That usually doesn't happen. But LG runs a 4.6 service rate in our data. That's the lowest of any induction brand we carry. And here's what you get: a 6.3 cubic foot oven. That's about a cubic foot bigger than the average 30-inch range. The left front burner puts out 4,300 watts. That's about 15% more than a typical 3,700 watt induction element, which already boils faster than the hottest pro-grade gas burner. Now the downside. There's no bridge burner for a griddle on this range, and there's no steam assist like the premium brands you'll see later in the video. But if you need one or two powerful burners, LG is a great range to consider. The profile costs more than LG, so what are you paying for? First, the griddle burner. You can bridge two elements for griddle, which LG doesn't offer at that price. It also works for oblong pans. But the bigger feature is GE's service. About 95% of the dealers you're looking at don't fix what they sell. GE's different. They sold induction since the 1980s, and 40 years later, they still run one of the biggest service networks in the country. So if you're buying from a dealer that doesn't service what they sell, GE's an excellent brand to consider. Downside's the price and the oven, which is 5.3 cubic feet, about a cubic foot smaller than LG. But still a good range with decent service. Cafe is the GE profile with a double oven and color options. The cooktop is basically the same. 5 elements, the bridge element for a griddle burner, same wattage. So you're not paying for better top cooking, you're paying for two things. First, the double oven, a 2.4 cubic foot oven up top. And the reason that it's great is because it's waist high, no bending down. Then a 4.3 cubic foot oven on the bottom, which is still a good size, but less accessible. But now you can cook 2 different dishes at 2 temperatures. The second reason to buy is the look. You can make Cafe unique, matte white, matte black, or stainless, with 6 handleware options. At this price level, almost nobody else lets you build a range to match your kitchen. Cafe's service rate is about average, which is really actually good for a double oven range. But if you don't need the finishes, buy the same thing in profile, same functionality for less money in stainless steel. When you think premium, you think Wolf. The new one looks like the Pro range with the knobs on the front. You might prefer that. If your hands are greasy mid-cook, you got a knob to grab instead of a touch panel. You also get a 5,500 watt boost burner and a few bridge zones for a griddle. But you really like the Wolf convection system, the VertiFlow. It's got twin convection with extended heating elements, so the heat stays even top to bottom and rack to rack. Bake cookies on 3 racks like we do in the store, and every tray comes out the same color. Wolf is available in 3 colors and in 30, 36, and 48-inch sizes. 2 things to be aware of. The 48-inch needs 100 amps. Highest on this list. So if you're replacing a gas range, that's not an easy swap. You're likely looking at a panel upgrade. And then there's no steam assist, unlike its most notable competitor you'll find out about right now. Miele is the other name brand, and it's a lot like the Wolf, same max output, 5,500 watts, both really intuitive with the M-Touch versus the Gourmet, both are family owned. So it comes down to 2 differences. Wolf tells you the ideal rack position for what you're cooking with the Wolf Gourmet. Miele doesn't, but Miele gives you steam, the ability to add moisture, which Wolf doesn't. That moisture matters because electric is a dry heat. Dry is great for baking, it's not great for roast. A dry turkey isn't what you're aiming for in Thanksgiving. Adding moisture gives you better texture and flavor. It's also essential for bread. Speaking of bread, Miele has 17 automatic settings just for bread. Want focaccia? Hit the button that says focaccia. Here's the other tiebreaker, and it goes the other way. Sub-Zero owns Wolf. Sub-Zero's reputation for keeping parts as long as the product are out there. You can still get Sub-Zero parts back from when I started in 1986. When you're looking for an appliance for 15 to 20 years, that's a real distinction. Here's where it gets interesting. SKS gives you almost everything. The steam assist and guided cooking of the Miele, the rack position of the Wolf, it does all of it. Then it adds power. A 7,000 watt center burner that boils a gallon of water in exactly 3 minutes and 27 seconds. That's 10 minutes faster than a 23,000 BTU Pro gas burner. Even puts timers right on the knobs. This is a genuinely feature-rich range, and it carries a 3-year warranty. Now downsides. This is single convection. It's not as even as the twin convection on the Miele or the VertiFlow and the Wolf. The seam assist works, but it's not as intuitive as Miele's. But for a combination of power and features, SKS is a good range to consider. Last one, It's all about customization and output. BlueStar offers 1,000 colors with 6 trims. It's the most unique range in the industry. And if 1,000 isn't enough, they'll even make you a custom color. More than 75% of our clients buy BlueStar in a color other than stainless steel. Also, like their pro ranges, BlueStar is the single highest output on this list at 7,400 watts. That's 400 more than the SKS. BlueStar uses the same 7-inch LCD screen as Wolf. That's where the similarities end. BlueStar only shows you the cooking modes and time of day, no guided cooking. And that's part of the downsides. You get none of the intuitive controls the other premium brands have. Get the modes, this range leaves you to work out the recipes yourself. It's not intuitive. And the oven is single convection as well. If you want maximum output, a range like nobody else on the block, or anyone else you know will have, BlueStar is your choice. So that's 7 very different ranges, and the right one depends on what you want. Basic LG is a great place to start, but then they're just building up. Griddle burners, more output, more intuitive cooking, customization, or bigger sizes. One last consideration, Induction needs more service than a gas electric range, so whatever you buy, make sure there's real service in your area. And if you're in the market for a new range in the greater Boston area, come see these ranges at any of our 6 showrooms. We actually did 33,190 service calls last year with our own technicians, so we actually back what we sell. And if you like this best of video, hit the like and subscribe button so you're the first to see the next one. And thanks for watching.